Multi-exclusive dimensional being Kyle with another exclusive. Today's video is going to be about Mercury and Aries. So when we have Mercury, this is the way we think, the way we communicate, the way we analyze, the way we utilize our intellect. So of course, that's going into fiery, initiative, creative, assertive, Aries. So when it's in a fire element, which is blending in, of course, you got Mercury, which represents the sixth house, dealing with surroundings, environment, work, daily routines. So, of course, if also you got that position with Gemini, and also you got that position with Virgo. Now, you also got Mars in Gemini, so the heavy influences is going to be insightful when we're dealing with Mercury and Aries. So when Mercury is in Aries, see, Mercury and Aries don't really pretty much deal with the details. It likes to just get right into shit. It don't like looking at things, reading things. It likes to basically come up with its own way of looking at the bigger picture, or coming up its own way of looking at the details, or basically neglecting the details and coming up with its own perspective when it comes to details. So you're going to be very creative during this time. You're going to be very extroverted during this time. You're going to be very direct during this time. You may just be basically thinking impulsively during this time. You may not even put the rubber on. You may just go in there raw this time. You may be on the circumstance situation coming up with new ideas, new fundamentals, and new ways to reason. Of course, deal with logic. But of course, you're not also surface level, so of course you're going to be coming up with many ideas and many concepts. Also, this can be a cause of debates, arguments, people feeling different about perspectives and things of that nature. Especially if you got Mercury and Aries too, you're gonna feel the need to basically present yourself in an aggressive manner or direct yourself in an aggressive way, no matter what the circumstance situation is. Only thing that can cool you off if you got a Mercury in seventh house, if you got Aries there. But if you got any other planet or position, it may be circumstances and situations where you may have to utilize a little bit of the Libra side to basically bring balance. That's the whole purpose of that whole spectrum. Creating compromisations, balance, and of course, being able to actually put things in perspectives. That's like having a wild animal and shit, which is Aries would be the wild animal. And of course, the wild animal knows about some shit, but it likes to just do its thing and do its own way of pursuing things and presenting itself. That's like a different perspective, a different territory. So the way it's coming at you, the approach is different. The approach is untangible. So of course you got to utilize the owner to say, oh, he don't bite. He don't bite. You get to know him. It's going to be that kind of bag and shit. So of course you're going to be shouting. You're going to be speaking your mind. You're going to be going after the projects and new principles and new goals and new ways of being a leader or inspirational. And of course, being very actionate with your words. Of course, your words might hurt during this time too. So be very careful what you say. You might come off aggressive depending on somebody oppose your idea or the way you come off. You may be very self-centered. And of course, you may be very foolish. You may be very niggardly, or you may be basically very selfish during this time. Now we're about to get in your houses, and we're gonna get into the signs of the elements that you're gonna basically be dealing with. Now, if you got Mercury in the first, if you have Mercury and Aries in the first house, this is basically dealing with new independencies, new personalities, and new traits. Try not to put yourself in the circumstance situation of not giving a fuck about what other people, places, and things think. Try to find the equilibrium and the balance, and everything will be good. This way, arguments and battles and debates won't be very hectic, and you won't be basically carrying dead weight or dead animals or dead enemies that may be trying to persuade in your waters. Now, if you got Mercury in the second house, this is new insight with values, new insight with love, new insight with things that you have to offer to the world. So relationships, self-indulgence, getting too much into your desires may be very antagonizing, or you may be basically coming up with new ways to utilize your new senses and the things that you value and put out. This is what you're basically going to be presenting during this time and stuff. New love, new insight. You may overindulge. Try to find that equilibrium and learn how to utilize change. Learn how to change things up, because basically, you may not even be appreciative if you got this in the second house. So new people, places, and things may be coming into your life to present themselves in new ways. So yeah, so try to switch it up. You know what I'm saying, have your options open, even though you're fixated, even though it don't really do good here. But you're going to be coming up with new ways to present yourself, and you got to basically get with the current, or you're gonna get washed away. If you got Mercury and Aries in the third house, this is new experiences, new learning situations, new surroundings, new environment, new perspectives during this time. Also, you're going to be basically dealing with new movement, new ways to basically get outside the house, or new info, or new learning traits. Or you may learn something new in your environment that you pretty much didn't previously discover during this time. So try to find a way where you can basically put these information that you're coming through in a box, because having notes and shit may not even really mean nothing to you, because information may be just coming fluently. You may be trying to hang on to too much information, but try to like box this in. Also, if you got Mercury in the fourth house, this is basically new private home matters, new emotions, and new family matters. Now, when you got this here, you're going to be dealing with circumstances, situations. This can be circumstance situation where you're dealing with challenges. Try to find a routine that better suits you and be more passionate about that shit. If you got Mercury and Aries in the fifth house, this is exalted here. So you're going to go to the extremes by expressing yourself. You're going to be basically dealing with ego. You're going to be dealing with the way how you want to be seen, self-centeredness, not giving a fuck about shit, just basically going after it type shit. And of course, you're going to be in the circumstance situation of just taking charge. Try to find equilibrium where you can basically have everybody inspired in a way where you can share the ball and share the court, not be a Kobe Bryant on the floor. Just because your teammates fucked up, you just chucking them and shit, just shooting every shot and not giving them the ball and shit. Try not to do that shit. Feel me? Or like Lil Bow Wow when he was on the court, just shooting everything. Feel me? He was on fire. Motherfucker was exalted. He was having fun. Like the fucking teammates is just looking at him like, damn, my nigga, it's like 1-on-6, one against, like, yeah. Try not to get too much in that bag. When you got Mercury and Aries in the seventh house, this is new relationships, new partnerships, new balance, new ways on how to mend with your relationships, or coming up with a new position, or new fucking position on the side, new ways to relate and communicate and compromise. So you're not even gonna be dealing with arguments and conflicts. You may basically run away from these things, go cry a river and shit. So you're not gonna be dealing with this. Try to find equilibrium and balance, and basically find a way where you can deal with conflict, and you'll be alright. Now, if you got Mercury in the eighth house with Aries, this is new desires, new determinations, new outlooks. Try to kill past trauma and trap past situations that basically can be trying to like mix it with mango with your pool. Because Mercury and Aries don't really stay angry too long, because they find new ways to be initiative and creative. And eighth house is like pretty much the other side of the first house. So of course you're gonna be finding new ways to deal with your desires, what motivates you, and basically what gets you out of bed and shit, or new positions, new sex positions, and new traits and new desires and shit. When you got Mercury and Aries in the motherfucking ninth house, this is new experiences, new travel, new morals, new principles. Try to find a practical plan. Feel me? Because you may be too all over the place. You may have big visions, big insights, and of course that's good. But of course we need a practical plan. Feel me? We need to find ways on how to get there. Feel me? You can have new visions, new insights, but of course we gotta find a way how to get there though. Just find a practical plan. Of course everything will be right and everything will be Gucci. Now, when you got the Mercury and Aries in the 10th house, this is new structure, new stability, new career goals, and of course, you may be taking on too many responsibilities during this time, and you may be very, very bossy. You may be basically trying to bark on motherfuckers or make motherfuckers do things that they don't want to do. Try to find equilibrium, find respect, and everything will be at. Find compassion for people, and everything will be at. For me, but you may be taking on too many responsibilities. You may be going to the extremes, overboard. Maybe self-doubtful. Don't do that during this time. For me, just take it very steady, and of course, everything will be alright. Now, when you got Mercury and Aries in the 11th house, this is new associations, new organization skills, new ways on how to attain resources, and of course, you may be going to circumstance situations or doing new things during this time, or just cleaning out things that don't really associate you, or basically bring you into your perspective of your new vibe and new traits. Mercury and Aries in the 12th house. This is new dreams, new fantasies, and new perspectives. Try to put yourself in a circumstance situation of not being unsure about yourself, and also find a detailed, practical plan, because of course practice makes perfect, and everything will be alright for you. Now, of course, we're about to get into your zodiac signs. Now, if you have Mercury in Aries, you're going to be expressing yourself in a misunderstood way, which means that you're going to be the light is going to be shining on you during this time. But of course, too much of that light can pretty much exhaust and burn shit out, which means you may not even be basically thinking about conversations or talk or pep talks and shit. You may just basically be taking shit off. Like you may have a word in for everything that someone else to say, but even before they're finished with it. Try to put yourself in a circumstance situation where you're not being misunderstood when it comes to conversations and interactions, and everything will be all right. Tauruses, you're going to be seeing the other side when it comes to new projects, new connections, and new love matters during this time. If something's not serving you, whether it's dealing with your values or what you have to offer, you're going to be basically coming up with new ways on how to present yourself in that mechanism. Feel me? And of course, that's what you're going to be dealing with. Also, Moon and Aries, you're going to be dealing with that persona. Moon and Taurus, you're going to be dealing with this persona, dealing with the opportunities, see things in a new perspective. But Geminis, you're going to have, even though Mars is in Gemini right now, and of course it's in Mercury and Mars, with Mercury and Aries this time, with Geminis, you're going to have opportunities to basically mix and mingle. You're going to have new social conversations, new social connections, and new ways to communicate and have intellect. So, of course, these opportunities are going to be walking into your life. So you need to act upon these opportunities. But you're going to be expressing yourself in an opportunical way. Gemini moons, you're going to be receiving this energy. Cancers, you're going to be learning how to... Cancers, you're going to be learning how to deal with uncomfortabilities when it comes to being in the spotlight, when it comes to communications and conversation. Because you know the moon this is a square process, so of course this is conflict. So try to put yourself in a situation where you need to learn how to be passionate about yourself, no matter how you do it. Just show a way where you can basically express yourself, for me, and be open and try not to hold things in, because you can basically explode. For me, just like, let this be a circumstance situation where you just got to do it and just get it over with. Don't let anything hold you back, and everything will be all right. Moon and Cancer, you're going to be receiving people that's coming at you with that vibe. Now, also watch for depression, anxiety issues. Also, Leos, now you're going to have the gift to be adventurous during this time. You're going to have the gift to express yourself, be open, be out there. For me, you're going to have the gift to take on new situations, dealing with learning process, new situations with dealing with expressing, and of course uplifting things, uplifting people during this time. So the gift is in your court, the ball is in your court. Go after it. New activities, new hobbies. You're going to be basically indulging in every motherfucking thing. Your feet going to be in every pile. So yeah, Moon and Leos, you're going to be receiving these energies. Virgos, Suns. Virgos, you're going to be displaying misunderstandings when it comes to conversations and communications and interaction, but people, places, and things will understand where you're coming from, because you also got Mercury here and it's exalted here. So of course you're going to be basically be doing good. So you can learn how to mix and mingle with your details in a perspective way. And of course, once you get things rolling, you'll be able to actually speed up the process and try to, like, at least get up to that fiery perspective. Moving Virgos, you're going to be receiving the people that's doing this. Libras, you're going to be dealing with opposite energy. So all the sharp knives is pointing at you. So either you're going to go after it or it's going to come after you. Either way, it's going to hit you. But of course, just be open for the opposites. You're going to be dealing with opposites. Probably conflicts, arguments, and shit like that. Moon and Libras, you're going to be receiving this. Scorpios, you're going to be dealing with misunderstandings when expressing yourself when it comes to daily routines or processes during this time. Put yourself in the bag of taking care of yourself, and everything will be all right. And also, Moon and Scorpios, you're going to be receiving this energy from other people. Sagittarius, you're going to have the gift to expand and grow and have a gift to go out there and go after there and break all grounds and shit. Moon and Sagittarius, you're going to be receiving this energy. Now, Capricorns, you're going to be learning how to deal with this new introspective way of presenting yourself. Try not to be shy. Try not to how to hide behind the curtains. Try just find a way to be initiative and more practical. And of course, one day at a time, and everything will be right. But you may be taking on too many responsibilities, too many duties, too many obligations, and try not to do that. And everything will be right for you. Now, Moon and Capricorns, you're going to be receiving this energy from other people, places, and things that's coming with unsurety, shyness, and of course, taking on too many roles and principles. Now, Aquarius, you're going to have opportunities to be combative when it comes to communication, being open, exploring, having a far out thinkable mind, and of course you can basically take things into a higher perspective during that time, because you feel me, this is also an opportunity for you to basically act upon the ways on how to utilize your intellect and communications, and of course go out there and also express yourself. Now, last but not least, Pisces, you're going to be seeing the other side of a bigger picture, of the bigger coin, when it comes to focusing on dreams, focusing on fantasies, focusing on spirituality, and of course, looking at the bigger picture. This is the time for you to basically go up after it, go chase after it. You never know how it's going to come to you in a presentable way. Also, Moon and Pisces, you're going to be receiving this energy that's basically being directed right back at you. So now is the time to basically get up off your ass, go after that dream and that goal, for me. Because Mercury's in Pisces, now I'm saying we were still in our dream, we were still a little shy. Now's the time to For me, Mercury in Aries, Venus in Aries, Sun in Aries, you know what I'm saying? Moon goes into Aquarius tomorrow. Of course, you slap that shit, it get brighter. Real shit.